Hey, how you doing? Pete here from Growth Models. Wanted today to quickly look at two companies who have very similar offers and have kind of dipped their toes into the difference in positioning and to really get that messaging right. But I don't feel like either of them is really going all in, and I think it's to their detriment. So two brands, Levels Health and Very. Both of them, as you can see, have a CGM, and they have an app that links to the CGM to give you readouts of how your food interacts with the food that you eat, so you can better understand your metabolism and the foods that are right for you and hit whatever kind of health goals you're trying to hit. Now, what both of these have done with their messaging, and we'll go through in a minute, is they've kind of focused on that large segment. So if you're looking at sort of health tech wearables, there's lots of different wearables, these, for direct to consumer as well. Lots of different wearables that focus on different things. You've got sleep, Aura Ring, all of these kind of things. Heart rate, CGMs like these ones, things to help with your hearing, with fertility, with O2 levels. All of them have a different sensor, tracks different things, links up to a custom app, and obviously, somebody who is wearing a heart rate monitor might have a different need for somebody who's wearing a CGM. So you might think, that's enough. I'm going to niche down. We're going to go after the CGM crowd because apparently, according to all of these, the CGM crowd, they want to know how food affects your health because both brands are using that. Discover what foods and habits work for you. So it's basically all about learning how food affects your health. And that is a good starting point. But it's not really detailed enough. There's very little in terms of the messaging that are on these websites to differentiate between Levels or Very. Personally, I think I might just go with Very over Levels, simply because they offer me more images of the dashboard, so I kind of know what I'm getting. With Levels, you've just got this one piece down here, where it's kind of, two images of a dashboard, and then social proof stuff. But, Very has made more of an effort to show you what you're getting. But that's not the point. The point really is that these two brands, the way in which the websites are designed, give me a very different view of who they're for. They are essentially the same product, and if my research is correct, they actually use the same sensor. It's a third-party sensor somebody else produces. These guys have just built an app that uses that sensor. And if you look, it looks very similar as well. It's that circular. Oh, there's no images of the sensor here, but if you look at the Levels one, right? Levels has this very sleek, very sort of almost intimidating design. It's all black. There's all of these people who are in great shape on this. And when you look at some of the social proof, fitness competitors, not sure about this one, Curiosity Led Latitude 2, one is, I don't know what that one's going to say. House Chef Paul, again, not too sure, but a lot of the social proof that they've pulled from social media is people in the gym working out. It won't be long. That was done in my carbohydrate, I don't think. Super. So about dieting with very specific dieting. Another one in the gym. Up level your health. This is about people improving their health and their performance. From all of the social proof, from the design, it feels like it's like a high performance type thing that's built for athletes and people who are very health conscious and fitness fanatics to get up to that next level. You go to Very, the design and the imagery is very different. It feels much more welcoming. You've got much brighter colours, and it's not like these intimidating athletes who are in super fit shape and all of this sort of stuff. They do have the generic everybody in workout gear, which is just a weird thing that every health brand feels that they need to do, because apparently wearing Lycra makes you healthy. But beside that, it's very different imagery. The people aren't like, super athletes, and the social proof isn't of people in the gym working out and saying like, I'm going to up level my health, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It feels like it's generally for just general health, to help people hit their weight loss goals or something like this. But you would never know that, because all of the messaging on these homepages is about the product, not about what it does for people, for both of them. What they've both done is they've focused on the offer, which is like, step one on finding differentiation. So they're focused here on CGMs and what CGMs do. They help you track your food. They help you understand all of this. What they've not looked at is really that transformation that they enable. I don't think any of these are particularly strong landing pages, but you know, and this is just the homepage. Homepages can be difficult because they're a bit generic. Sometimes it's easier when you're building them for specific ad campaigns because you can build that, specific ad to landing page funnel that really focuses on, there's a couple here, like, curb your cravings or whatever. Still, this whole page could be better in terms of messaging. What they should be doing is also looking at the use cases. So if we take the CGMs just as an example, this is a CGM for athletes. And that's going to change that messaging. It's going to be like, learn how food affects your health so you can get in competition ready shape and smash your personal best. 80% of people who use Levels improve their physical performance within 3 months or something, something that's specifically targeted at that core audience, which, not having worked with Levels, looks as though it's like serious health and fitness people who want to like improve their physical performance. Looks to me like Very is more for weight loss. So you could then do this, feel like you again, discover what foods and habits work for you with the first metabolic health program powered by your data. Too generic. This could be, again, you could use the same sort of thing and just switch. 80% of Very users hit their weight loss goals or hit their first weight loss milestone within the first 3 months of using it by understanding the foods that they should be eating and how they interact with their body. You can change this. At the minute, these two, the messaging in terms of the copy is very similar. The positioning in terms of the imagery is very different, and the copy doesn't really back up the imagery in either case. And so one thing I think that they should be doing is just looking at that use case within to better differentiate, because that's what's going to help them stand out from one another. Personally, I think, I probably fit more with what I assume to be Levels as key audience, but I'm more likely to try Very because they give me more detail about what's in the app here, just on this page. That's just going on this one page, not talking about the rest of the journey and everything. So yeah, I do feel like both could be... can you not scroll this? Oh, don't hover. There we go. Yeah, see, I don't think there's going to be any gym pictures here as well. Both could be more specific in their messaging to a key use case and a key demographic, rather than just focusing on the CGM and what it does. I care what it does, but I also want to know what it's going to do for me. So both could be improved there. Could be improved. Let me know your thoughts.